This is the brief on the comparison between Nazi and Islamic Jew hatred. All right, so the source material here is pretty intense. It draws these direct lines between Nazi goals in the 1930s and Islamic movements right now in the 2020s. The core idea is that these ideologies are, and I'm quoting here, exactly the same, both seeking to wipe out the Jewish people and persecute Christians. So first up, the analysis says this hatred for Jewish people is at its core spiritual. It argues that both 1930s Nazism and modern groups like Hamas had the same goal: total extermination. From the Holocaust to the modern chant to globalize the Intifada. And what's crucial here is that both ideologies also go after Christians. Okay, second, there's this long-term strategy in the West called population jihad. It's described as this patient, multi-decade plan by groups like the Muslim Brotherhood. The whole game plan is to get political control in major European cities first and then launch a violent takeover. This is compared to how leaders back in the 30s tried to appease Hitler, making, the same mistakes all over again. And finally, the source draws a sharp contrast between this kind of ideology and what it calls true faith. It makes the point that a genuine believer, someone who's spiritually transformed, just can't harbor this kind of hate. Why? Because true faith is supposed to produce love and peace. So if someone calls themselves a Christian but is filled with hate, the analysis says they're operating under a serious deception. Ultimately, defeating this destructive ideology requires both strong practical actions and a national repentance and return to faith.